Hello, and welcome to the TrailManners podcast. I'm your host, Eric Manning, coming to you from the beautiful trails in Ogden, Utah, but connecting you to wherever trail, ultra, and mountain running takes us. We'll bring trail running to life with amazing athletes, discuss the latest topics, epic journeys, and get you stoked for your next trail adventure. We're sharing the moments that make life special, because even a rough day on the trail beats a good day indoors, and nothing beats time spent with good friends and great stories. Catch us here weekly for your dose of dirt, vert, and good vibes. So now it's time to top off your water, grab some cheese curds, and join us for this week's podcast, where we take you deep into the heart of our sport. It's go time. Hello and welcome back to episode number 325. This is part 2 of the Christmas gift guide in the TrailManners podcast. The TrailManners podcast is produced for your enjoyment, and show notes are found at TrailManners.com. Come back often, and please feel free to add the podcast to your RSS feed or iTunes. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at TrailManners. And don't forget to subscribe, review, and rate us on iTunes. TrailManners would really appreciate any donations via our website at TrailManners.com, and please remember to share us with your friends. All links are in the show notes. Now let's get after it. Okay, we're jumping into the best category. We call this our miscellaneous. This is anything from like recovery tools to watches, socks, hats, anything else we haven't covered kind of falls into this bucket. And this can be all over the place, literally. I mean, Joel brought in apps for the first time ever on the TrailManners podcast after 7 years. He brought up apps we've never had. So what do you have for the miscellaneous? Because I'm adding two, because I can, because I didn't bring them up in my other episode, but I'm adding two, unless you guys bring them up, and I'll just talk about it. So what do you got? Miscellaneous, headlamps, all the stuff.
I just recently purchased the Black Diamond Storm 500 rechargeable headlamp, and I love it. I love it, love it. I had to borrow one from a friend because mine died when we were out a couple weeks before, and it's so comfortable. I am not techie, so the fact that it comes with an instruction manual kind of threw me off, but I have figured out how to turn on the light and turn it off. That's the most important thing. It's 500 lumens, but one of the cool things is it has this technology. It's called Power Tap technology, and you can tap it and it dims, and then tap it and it'll like go back up. So like when we run into friends on the trail in the dark, you can just dim it, and it doesn't like shut it off. It's still bright, but it's just not blinding everybody. I think that's really cool. It's
like the rear view mirror on your cars on the fancy new ones, right? Yeah. So when it has brights on, it dims it for you.
It was a little pricier. It was $75, but I think headlamps are so important. I mean, if you don't have a good light and you're running in the dark, that's dangerous. So for many reasons.
And if you're listening to this podcast across the pond, she's talking about a torch.
Oh.
Yes.
How's that?
Very nice.
I'm pretty worldly.
Yeah. I like the Petzl Actic Core. I needed to finally purchase some new headlamps. I had been running with the same ones that we had forever ago, that, back when we had sponsors. 600 lumen rechargeable. It comes with a rechargeable battery, but you can also swap it out for disposable batteries. If you're out for a long adventure, you need to throw some extras in your pack. I love that it's versatile that way. It's really bright. It has 3 different settings for brightness. I love to light up the mountainside when I'm running in the dark. If it's on full power, it only lasts about 2-ish hours. In the middle, it will last several hours, 6 or more. I also still love the Kogala light. It's a waist belt, or you can attach it to your pack.
It's the UFO light.
It is a UFO light. Be careful. If you're running with the one, remember, if you come up on friends, turn it off, because you will blind them.
Yeah. Cops will get called.
Cops will be called, yes.
Forest fire.
But again, if you like to light up the mountainside, especially when you're running alone in the dark, that's something that I love. I love to be able to see everything.
Is that the magnetic-y one where you can kind of put it where you want based on a magnet on the back? Okay.
Yeah, so it comes with a magnet. So if you run with a waist belt, you can slide the magnet back into your waist belt. You can stuff it in your pack. I saw some people at Wasatch this year. I was at an aid station. They had actually done something really cool with one of their water bottle pockets. I was like, that's pretty smart. It comes with a rechargeable USB battery. And it also comes with sort of a Velcro attachment thing. So if you have straps on the front of your pack and you want to Velcro it on, you can do that too. It's $179 for the starter pack, but it's a great light. And also with that magnet, if you camp a lot, you can throw that on the side of your car with that
that's
magnet.
a good idea.
Put it in your tent. It's super versatile. I like that about it too.
I like that idea, especially with all the people that we call dirt bag runners, where you just tent before a night before a race. You could use it that way too.
I will say also, I had a great experience with their customer service department. So my connection to from the light itself to the battery pack wasn't connecting great, and it kept kind of flickering out, and I was panicking before the bear, and they were amazing. Sent them the light. They got me a repaired version of the light before the bear, and it was like less than a week. So they're a local Utah company too.
Oh, right on. I didn't know that part.
Yeah, I didn't either until I needed customer service. So
that's awesome.
Great brand.
Keep going. What you got, Sarah? What's some more miscellaneous on your list?
Miscellaneous. Well, Catula spikes. Also, if you don't want to put on the big chunky spikes because it's just nice, happy, sticky snow, Amazon 100 pack of 3/8 inch sheet metal screws in your lugs for like $8. So those are my winter shoe traction. The Catulas are kind of pricey. I have actually in a pinch purchased a knockoff pair on Amazon that have done just as well as the Catulas for like
$20.
$20.
They're on my list.
Are they on your list?
Yeah.
They're like, I was going to say under 30. So,
Unigear crampons.
Those.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unigear crampons, $20. I also love the Catulas. They hold up. I mean, they're worth the money. They've lasted me 9 years. I've had them for such a long time. Take care of them, dry them off when you're done running in the snow, and they will last for a super long time. But I've heard equally great reviews about how long the Unigear version lasts.
And one thing I like, especially where we live, you'll be like, there's certain sections that the snow just melts sooner, but then you'll be right back in the snow. And so I don't feel as bad running a small section on the dirt and maybe some rocks in the Amazon knockoffs than if I had my very expensive, Catulas on.
But I think too, what's great about that, just regardless, it's the price point.
Yeah,
right?
it's nice. It's affordable.
Because again, everybody listens to this podcast. Not everybody, a lot of people listen to this podcast. Okay, a couple people listen to this podcast, and so there's like different price points, and I think that's important, right? I think there's stuff that's like I would never spend that much for this, but maybe if there's a different version, I would try it, right? So I think that's important as well.
Well, and I think if you're everybody has a different situation, or maybe you're just new, or you're new to running. You cannot, or most people cannot just go
get all the stuff we've talked about.
Time.
Yep.
So this is how you make it work.
I also think something like the Amazon version is great for, hey, your family, maybe they don't want to run with you, but they want to go hike in the winter.
Right.
Yeah.
And they want to go up.
Keep a pair in your car even.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You want to go up Amazon.
You want to go up Amazon.
Yeah.
You want to go to the Amazon.
Go to the
wrestle a
Amazon.
boa.
I don't know if you need spikes for that, but you want to go up Maylands or Waterfall or something local, and you want your family to come, like $20 to get them some traction is an amazing price point.
Or you meet a friend at the trailhead and your friend's like, oh my gosh, I left my spikes at home. It's like, here you go.
Yeah.
Use these.
I would just say, okay, well, I'll let
Bye.
you know how the run was.
Some of us want our friends to join us, apparently.
Okay, well, you have different friends. What esse we got?
Watches? You want to talk?
Ooh,
Yeah,
let's talk
watches.
watch. I love watches.
Yeah. So used to be a Suunto gal. Suunto died, was super old. I kind of took a break from longer distance running for a few years for various reasons. So my Suunto needed to be replaced. So I purchased, on recommendation from some friends, the Coros.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yay.
The Apex.
Not sponsored.
No, I chose the
Yet.
Apex 2 Pro.
Okay.
I wanted the longest battery life I could get. I like to not have to charge it often. I will say it has more features than I will ever know how to use,
Sure.
that I will ever try to use, that I will ever even research. Like, I want to know how far I'm going, how high I'm going, have some breadcrumbs to figure it out, and maybe get a little bit of data on recovery, all of that kind of stuff. And I feel like the app is really user-friendly that Coros has that connects to their watch. That battery will last for 45 hours on full GPS.
Yeah.
I feel like almost anything you're doing, that is plenty of battery life. And I put it to the test this year, and it really stood up. So it's not the prettiest watch. So if you're going for something fashionable that you want to wear all the time, it is not the prettiest, but I feel like it's really, really functional. I've been very happy with it.
I'm a Coros convert.
Yeah.
I really am. I mean, I'm with you. There's so many features. I won't even know all of them,
Yeah,
let alone
exactly.
how to use them. Like someone's like, do you know your watch does this? I'm like, I didn't know it told time. I just thought it did miles. Right? I'm not Harrison Fluman. It's not a time techie tracker thingy. Talkie tech. But I like Coros as well. I still have a Sunto, and I enjoy it. I really do. But I like the Coros. Something was on this Christmas gift guide for me for a few years before I bit the bullet and tried one out. But I do like it.
Yeah, I don't know how it compares price-wise to Sunto's, Garmin's, and the other watches that are out right now. I will say that the Apex 2 Pro is $449. It's one of their more expensive ones. They do have other options with a little bit less battery life, maybe, but solid option if you're looking for that, great gift under the tree.
And their
for your
customer
runner.
service is killer, like unreal, like crazy good. So I think I like those. And I know, Sarah, while we're on watches,
Yes, I am a Sunto girl. I
Yep.
love them. I think they're beautiful. They're so pretty. I've been wearing the 9 Baro for years now, and the only reason I've upgraded is because I wanted a different color, really. They do have, a couple months ago I was looking, they've got a new race series that I think is a competitor to those Coros long-lasting batteries, and it's about $450 to $500 depending on the color you want, but it's pretty. And I wear mine outside of running a lot, and I just think they're pretty, and I want a pretty watch. And I was kind of intrigued by the new Apple Ultra watch until I saw the price.
it was like $799.
$900.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was close.
Well, you were close. 7. I was thinking.
What's the battery life on it?
It's that's
12 hours.
It's
longer.
Long. It's long. It's definitely like ultra
Yeah.
centric for sure. But then I remembered why I got away from my Apple Watch to begin with, and it was because I don't like to be connected like that. When
Well, can't you not connect it though?
You can.
Because like I have my
that's kind of a challenge. Like,
And that's what it was designed for.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't have my notifications on my Coros. People are like, I'm like, I don't want them.
See,
like,
I
I'm
get
running.
my notifications, but I don't have to, like, I can't respond from my watch. I can just, it's nice to see if something like an emergency comes in, but you just know that you don't have to, you can't respond that way. So anyway, I'm a Sunto girl. I love them.
I was always a Sunto
They're pretty.
fella. Not because they're pretty. I did like the colors.
They're
I'm not going to
pretty.
lie. I got this blue on the Spartan one once, and I freaking loved it. And that's where I think Coros could upgrade.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like some of their bands, I have like 3 different
They're
bands.
chunky.
I don't mind the size because I have bigger wrists, so I don't want anything like not chunky because chunky goes well with me. Just like
So I
soup.
like the big watch faces. I
Yeah.
like chunky jewelry. I like chunky, but those are like,
You're with me. You like chunky.
stop.
Oh, stop it. I do. I'll say I have pretty small wrists.
Mm-hmm.
The Sunto used to bug me. And I had the smallest watch face. And I'm sure they've changed a ton because it's been a long time. But it would really bother my wrist bone. I have not had that problem with the Coros. There's like one size. It's not like you have a men's, women's size version or whatever. Or like the Apple Watch has different size
Millimeter
versions. Yeah.
sizes.
And I do have 2 bands. The Apex 2 comes with 2 bands, a Velcro version and sort of a more rubbery silicone version, and that I've kept that one on, and it's been very comfortable. I've had no problems with it. So if you're concerned about size of watch, I feel like it's good just all around.
Yeah.
Sunto has that Peak series too, which is like the 9. It's the 9, but it's a smaller version for people that do want the smaller faces.
I think too with battery life, it's pretty with watches. I think battery life was the biggest thing for a while.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it was.
Especially in the quote unquote ultra community.
Yeah.
Right. Because like you got to know your market. If you got a watch that you're selling to half marathon runners, battery life's not as big an issue. It really isn't, right? But when you jump into the ultra community, it's a big deal because there were years ago when I saw people with like rechargeable solar packs that would plug into their watch when they run just to keep it charged. I remember I ran Wasatch one year with 2 Suntos because I knew it was going to die, and so I put one on at like mile 50. I replaced it. So I think that to me, and again, the Trail and Ultra, it's a convenience thing. The watch I have on now is a Coros Vertix 2, and I haven't charged this now for about a month, and I'm still like right as I speak, I'm at 66%, and I haven't used it every day GPS wise, but it's on, and I have used it, and I've traveled and everything, so I do like that. I like the battery life because when you're a kid or have your Swatch watch, you didn't charge it, it just did its business, right? So I think that's a big one with the watches, and then ease.
Yeah.
And I think they're all pretty easy now for sure. Yeah. What else we got? Miscellaneous. What else we got? Headlamps we've covered. Watches we've covered. Recovery tools. Miscellaneous stocking stuffer type stuff.
I got a lot.
Let's do it.
Socks?
Socks. Oh,
Socks. Injinjis.
oh.
They're my favorite. I've run in them forever. And I don't know if I'm just lucky or if it's the socks, maybe a little bit of both. I rarely get blisters. My toes are happy. My feet are happy. I love the Midweight Trail Crew. That's my favorite, but they've got no shows. They have, longer, taller crew socks, lightweight, heavyweight.
So what do you do? Like, so in Gingy, right? So on your left foot, you only have 4 toes. Does it bother you having the extra? Just kidding.
I just have Sarah cut it and sew that one for me. Yeah.
I've tried in Gingies multiple times. I can't do it.
I know it's a love or hate thing.
I think because it took me a half an hour to get it on. I had to take a Martin gel to finish putting them on because I was out.
Yeah, 2 beers in by the time you get your socks on.
It is.
Yeah, and they do feel like a little bit weird the first time you run in them or you put them on, but I think it's a testament. I rarely blister and never on my toes, and I think the socks are a big part of that. They're my favorite, but I know not a lot of people like them, or not everybody does. So feature socks are super highly rated by a lot of friends, and I also, for everyday wear, and I do run in them occasionally if my Injinjis are all dirty or mismatched, Stance socks are great.
So let me ask you that, because I think that's a fun question. Is it weird to go from like Injinji to a non-toe sock?
When I'm running?
Yeah. Can you tell? Like, I know you should be able to, right? But I mean, is it hard? Right?
I will not run a longer distance run unless I have my Injinjis.
Okay.
Like, I won't wear Stance socks on a longer distance run. My Stance, if I am going out for a quickie 5-miler or maybe some speed work or something like that, and all I have is some Stance, I'll throw those on.
Okay.
But I can tell the difference. I think mostly once you've been out for a long time, your feet get sweaty or you're in a lot of sand or grit. That's where I feel like the Injinjis just are far and away above any other sock that I've run in.
Okay.
I love also Stance and the Paka brand. Where did you get that?
What's it called?
Paka. It's
Paka.
alpaca wool.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've been wearing them for a couple of years now. They sent me some random message.
They wash so well.
Yep.
I wear them almost all year long unless it's like 90 degrees out. Then I wear Stance, but I think those are probably my favorite.
I wear them in 100 degrees.
Well,
I wear them in the microwave.
Oh.
No, they're great. I love them. I really do. And they they've lasted longer than any other sock I've owned.
Yes,
like,
they are incredible quality. And like if your feet get wet, they're so good in the winter.
I love them.
Yeah.
Compression socks, anyone?
I don't really do.
I don't do those.
Not while I run.
Recovery.
But I do like them for recovery.
Okay.
Pro compression running socks, you can find them from $10 to $30 depending on how heavy you want your compression, how light you want them, if you want them knee high or whatever. They've got all of the variety. I really feel strongly after a really long, hard effort that compression socks are great, especially if you have done an adventure and you got a long drive home.
That's nice what I've heard from people, like flying home or different like travel recovery.
Yep, they're great. Great stocking stuffer.
What else?
That's it for me on socks.
What about miscellaneous?
Hats, foam truckers. I know we're both, Debbie and you, all 3 of us here are foam trucker fans.
I love foam. I love hats anyway, but foam truckers.
Yeah.
Always run with a hat, always.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorites is my TrailManners hat.
Sweet.
Had forever.
You have, actually.
Yeah.
The Boco gear hat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a good hat.
Mm-hmm.
I love hats.
Yeah.
What else? Keep it coming. Keep it flowing.
Gloves.
Yes, let's do it. I need some new gloves.
I am not a glove person. My hands freeze so bad in gloves. However, I have to have my mittens. And Saucony has, I forget the model, but I've been wearing them for over a year now, and they're like a puffy jacket mitten, if you will. And my hands just, I don't even need hand warmers anymore. I was like, I would go through hand warmers every single day.
Costco.
And I don't even need those anymore. And they're not super like thick or bulky. I can pack them in my bag, but those are incredible.
Mittens.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go from cheapest
Do it.
first. So you know the kind that you buy for the kids. You can buy at Walmart, Target, Amazon, whatever. You can get a pack of like 15 for $15. Just knit, stretchy cotton gloves. I feel like those are awesome to just have in your pack in case it's a little cold, little windy. Doesn't matter if they get dirty, whatever. I have those just from having kids. They're always around. And if I can't find my other nice gloves, I'll throw those in. I'm like you, like gloves will make my hands cold, especially if I start to sweat in them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're great to like start out in. And then once you warm up as you're running, to pull them off and just stuff them in the pack. Patagonia gloves, $55. They're really nice.
You have those?
I don't. These came from the gals that helped me curate this lovely list. They both love Patagonia gloves and Trailhead gloves, from $15 to $55, depending on which version you get, how heavy they are. Some of them you can even, activate your phone with them because they have that little
the
tip on the
active
finger.
touch.
Yeah.
That's what Joel taught me. Active touch.
There you go. So he's so techie. I'm not. But lots of different options for gloves for the people, the runners in your life, or yourself. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. What else? Anything. Come on.
Grab bag, body work.
Body work.
Body
yes.
work saves the day. If you don't do body work, or your loved one doesn't do body work or hasn't tried it yet, that's an amazing gift to give, to go try it out, see how they like it. That kept me running happy this year, especially where I was trying to do something pretty tough and hard this year after taking so many years off from doing longer distances. Joel Hatch, amazing. Nate Graven is also great. I know Graven Sports Massage Therapy, Hatch Therapy. There's many, many others. Find somebody and maybe give that as a gift, or again, treat yourself, because once I got into the heavier training, I was going every other week.
Well, I think what's important too is, like, if you find the person you go to, they'll also learn about
and what you need.
Right.
Yes.
And I think that's important, because I've talked to people like, I went there a couple times, and I'm like, you got to do it a few times so they can get to know, the technique, or what, if you need cupping, if you need these other tools, right? And then they start to learn. I walk in now, it's like, so your back still bothering you? Is your calf? I'm like, yep. And that's the focus point, but they still touch everything else, right? And I mean that in a professional way. But it's just about knowing the athlete and having the person understand what you're doing and your body, because everybody's different, right?
Working
but
through
I agree.
Sore spots or issues. My hips get wonky all the time, and I go to Joel, and he knows that, how are your hips, what's going on, and if that's where we need to focus, we focus on that. But that's something we always work on, is to try to keep me running happy. So I love body work. What about you?
I don't do as much as I probably should. I'm really bad at self-care. You're an amazing foot rubber. Thank you. I'm very grateful for that. I have gone to Joel a few times over the last couple of years. When I've had something bothering me, I'll go to him and work that out a few times. Eric purchased, I don't know the brand of your boot things.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the air boots, the compression boots
are incredible. So those are amazing. But other than that, I'm really bad at after self-care. I like a hot bath. Does that count?
Absolutely.
Ice baths
Epsom
count
salt.
too.
Hot baths work.
I want a nice bath. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my jam.
Yeah.
What else? What else we got in the miscellaneous category? Any other fun stuff?
A dog.
You need a dog?
That is my favorite running
accessory
and friend and buddy and protector, and he sees all the things. So a dog.
Got it.
Mine's too old now. He can't come with me anymore. But sunscreen.
That was one I didn't touch on that I wanted to touch on. So this is what I want to know. Is there a brand?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Super Goop Play. $35. SPF 50. Sweat and water resistant. Lasts for a super long time. I had zero sunburns this last year. I have pretty sensitive skin. It's great for your face, all over your body. I can't say enough about it. My sister actually gave it to me as a gift. I had never heard of it.
Super Goop Play. Is that an Amazon purchase?
You can buy it on Amazon.
I've never heard of it. That's why I asked.
Exactly. I hadn't either.
Okay.
But you can get it on Amazon. You can get it at Ulta Beauty. You can get it on their website.
Okay.
They have, sprays and creams and all the things. I can't speak highly enough of it. I wish I was sponsored by them. It's awesome. Protect your skin.
Sunscreen's important. It really is. And I'm nervous for my later life because I was an anti-sunscreen person. I just felt like I was always super crispy.
Well,
and now
this
I
sport,
do
we're
more.
out in the sun for hours and hours and hours. Sometimes we're up at high elevation and altitude, and you're just exposing your skin to a ton of UV rays. And sunscreen, put it in your pack, put it on before you run.
You don't want to look like a catcher's mitt when you get older.
You don't want to look like Magda. Let's go.
What else? Sunscreen. I love that one. That was on my list I didn't do last time.
Yeah, anti-chafe stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you and Joel talked about this, but for me, all day squeaky cheeks. I'm so glad you can still find it and it's still out there. It's a powder. For me,
Not
it's my
anymore.
favorite.
They're coming out with a new product.
Are they?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
It's a
great.
cream.
I love the powder though.
I do too.
It's my favorite. It's great also for smelly shoes. If your shoes get grody, if your kids have stinky feet and stinky shoes, it's an amazing all-around product. And girls, you forget your dry shampoo or you're looking a little rough after the long run, you can even sub that for dry shampoo. I've tried it. It works.
I love it. I put it on my upper
shampoo?
torso after I run and stuff just for anti.
And it smells good.
It does.
smell
It smells
good.
good.
How
It
it
kind of
smells.
helps you
I put
feel
it.
fresh.
I literally put it on every single day when I get out of the shower. That is not an exaggeration.
It's
every
great.
day.
It's great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Squirrel Nut Butter, our other go-to.
Oh, I love some S&B. I love S&B. I really do. I'm chafe free. Chafing is literally one of the worst things to me ever.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And that's one of my products I'll bring up because it's kind of in the same bucket world. But S&B, you wear that.
Mm-hmm.
Feet, armpits.
I
pack
don't
rub.
chafe as much as I used to, so I don't put it on to like prevent anything, but I always have it with me in case like my sports bra starts to rub. That's usually the one place for me on a long, or if it's super rainy. I feel like I'll chafe if it's super rainy outside, but I more keep it on me as and in
that
case I
little
need it.
small one.
Yeah.
And we're giving away some Squirrels Nut Butter. Not sponsored, but I got some to give away for the podcast. You're going to hear more about that, but I love it. So I'm going to leave. Here's the one that I didn't put on. So I did the sunscreen, and this is not embarrassing, but it just sounds embarrassing. And a listener reminded me because they posted on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I do this. And I think I remember a time when I came home from a run, and my wife here, Sarah, saw me. I had nipple tape on. I love running in the mornings, and it shows. And so I have to, when it's cold, I have to. And I use like that. It's like a surgical 3M. It's not tape. It's like I can't even explain it. There's a word for it, and I don't have it. I just know what I buy. So I've tried I didn't realize there were products out there for that, like for chafing your nipples, right, for running. And I've tried them, and I didn't care for them because you could tell through the shirt, like you had a pasty on or something. Mm-hmm. So now I do the tape on them, and
It looks much better, or does it?
Well, you can't see it with it. Like you could see the circle dot under the. You could have a shirt on and know there was a circle dot in that area, and so I'm like, I don't want to do that. That's creepy. And I just put a piece of tape over it, which still is hard on the magic carpet, but we get through it. But I think it's important because there's like chafing in general. There's literally, to me, I'd rather have a blister on my foot than chafing anywhere. I hate chafing. It's the worst. So that's one of my products, nipple tape. And that sounds weird. It shouldn't. It's just a word. You can say it on ABC. I shouldn't, but I get embarrassed when I say it. There you go.
Are you blushing?
Not at all. What else? What else is on the miscellaneous? We've talked a lot of good stuff.
I think having like a towel, you can either get like the yoga micro, what are they called? I'm drawing a blank here, but like the super absorbent, really thin towels. Because after a really sweaty run or a really rainy run, and then I don't have leather seats, so I sit in my car, and then I have to drive to work later, and then you're wet again. So some sort of towel. You just got one, like a super absorbent.
I did.
towel.
And Joel talked about it on the podcast too. So it just goes over your seat. I got it at the running shop. And so that's another one. I love how this is going. I love organic lead-ins.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of prizes to give away. Tons. And some of those we just got. If you're local, FleetFeet Ogden has given me 3 $50 gift cards. So if you win one of the 3 things, it's a $50 gift card and a free pair of socks. So we're going to be giving those away because they do have these things that you put on your seat. And I wish I knew that. I know Orange Mud makes some, but there's another brand that does a lot more with like graphics, and that's the one I got. It's got Bigfoot on it. But it just covers your seat, your headrest. You lay it on your seat, you sit on it, you're good to go.
And I just use an old yoga mat towel that I have had forever. I've thrown it in my car, and it does the same thing. So,
and I wish
like the backpacker towels that pack down super tight. Yeah, those are great. Another great option. Totally not a running product, but they are awesome. Sand Cloud towels. They're really lightweight.
Sand Cloud.
I want one. I get targeted by them all the time.
You should buy some. I did.
Great.
They're awesome.
Sand Cloud.
Sand Cloud.
Okay.
They're really light. if you are a beach goer, they like sand. You can just
I think I've seen that.
They've had
now.
them when we've gone. They've had them at some of the places we've stayed.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
They'd also be great to just have in the trunk of your car to throw on after a run or to dry off if it's been a rainy run or something along those lines. That's great.
Is that good? We got. If you
I've
got
got
it,
more. I've
let's
got
do
more.
it. I don't know why I keep asking. Let's just roll.
So this year I had some big running goals and I needed some new poles or wanted some poles. So I went with the Lecky poles. I bought the Ultra Trail.
The old clickety clacks.
Yeah. They do get annoying from a sound perspective, but when your legs get really tired, they're awesome. I actually like them for climbing more than I like them for descending. They're great. I really, really liked them. They've got the ones that I bought have the quick release
hand
thing.
Joel has a name for those too.
I don't remember.
Flick lock.
I don't remember what they're
I
called.
think it's flick lock.
Actually saved my palms from being hamburger when I tripped and fell a couple times this summer. Really, really light. They're a little bit pricier, but they do have different models depending on what you're looking for or what your budget is. I also wished this year that I'd had a quiver for my poles that attached to my pack. So I like a Solomon pack. Solomon makes a quiver. They're only $30. They sell out so fast.
I was looking for one before the bear and they were sold out.
Everywhere.
Really?
Me too.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. They're available right now.
Okay. Good to know.
$30.
Yeah.
I like the word quiver, so I'll buy one. I don't even wear poles. Use poles.
You gave me yours.
I know. I don't use them, but I like the word quiver.
Yeah.
What else? Keep going. Let's roll this.
I'm looking.
You don't need me.
Looking at my list. I think that everybody should have chapstick in their pack. And,
Always. Everywhere. In your pocket, in your car, in your other pocket.
Everywhere.
Next to
Car
your
chapstick,
nightstand.
pack chapstick, all the things. I'm a Burt's Bees gal.
I am not. I don't like the way it feels.
Yeah.
But I'm like the basic chapstick brand with the SPF in it.
Yeah.
I'm
All day.
Dermatone
Yep.
and Sex Wax.
Yep.
Those two are awesome.
Yeah. Whatever your brand is,
But
chapstick is
always have
great. It's a great stocking stuffer if you're looking for stocking stuffers for your people. I also love a little like rubber coin purse to keep your pills in, like ibuprofen, aspirin, salt tabs, whatever.
Uppers.
If that's your thing, no
You never know.
judgment.
You never know.
But if you carry that stuff, if you need the salt tabs or whatever else, they keep your pills dry. They're like, I don't know, 50 cents on Amazon. It's a great.
Probably get them for free if you go to
True. They used to give them
pharmacy.
away. They used to give them away all the time. I don't know if they still do, but that's just, as I was gathering my list, I thought that's something that's always in my pack. It's just always there.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if we're still on grab bag, but a race entry is always a great gift.
We talked about so years and years ago, Joel and I talked about how cool it'd be if Ultra Sign Up had gift cards, and they do now.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so you can literally just go buy an Ultra Sign Up gift card to give to somebody. They can put it towards whatever race they want.
That's great.
And I'm like, it's genius.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
that is
Yeah.
genius. Yeah, that's awesome.
I think gift cards are better than they used to be. It used to be gift cards aren't personal. You don't give gift cards. I'm like, dude, I love gift cards. I got a Chick-fil-A one today, and I thought I hit the jackpot.
Winning.
Gift cards. That's a great idea. It's I think it's more personal than not because you let that person get what they want instead of giving them like a 12-pack of hangers, right?
Well, especially if the gift card is specific to the person. You know, we're talking runners here, right? So if you give them something that's running specific so they can go buy their thing in whatever size, their race entry, whatever that is.
Yep.
I think it's a great option.
Coffee gift card because,
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep rolling. Come on. Don't wait for me. I'm done.
I mean, we skipped over women's specific wear.
Not yet. We'll get to it.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Yeah, we
Okay.
still have that and some casual afterwear.
Yeah, got it. I think
We good?
we've gone through all of my grab bag and miscellaneous race stuff.
Okay. Well, then let's get to it. Women's specific run gear. That was dramatic. Pause.
I'll let you go. I actually don't really have much on my list for this. I think my biggest challenge is finding a cute, high-impact sports bra. But other than that, I'm a pretty basic person.
Okay, can I ask a question? Because I'm over here on this side of the
What
table.
that means?
High impact.
More bounce.
Okay, so
So
you want to bounce
A
more?
yoga bra isn't really great for running. So no, you don't. I mean,
So what does
I
a
can't
yoga
speak for
bra
other
mean?
people.
Not
They're usually lighter weight. They don't have
Less
as much
support.
maybe support
Okay,
or
so just-
compression. Yeah.
Okay. So
Some
like
people
when
might
you,
like to bounce. I don't.
so you say high impact, you mean like,
Movement, high, a lot of running, jumping up and down. If you're at the gym, like
but that means, does that
jumping
mean
rope.
everything's
Keeps
tighter?
it nice and secure.
yeah, it
Okay.
keeps you like.
Okay.
It's awkward, at least for me. I'm not speaking for everybody to be like bouncing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's usually painful.
It's not comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're saying, so high impact basically means it's tighter.
Gonna
it's
hold
probably
you in.
it's
Okay.
probably why a lot of men like to wear liners.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I was curious.
a good
This is
question.
why we
Do
do
you have
this
a brand
show.
you like?
Not really. No. I ordered some off of Amazon. I could not tell you the brand. They were high impact.
So that's what
And they
you
were actually
Googled on
kind of
Amazon.
cute. And they were like, I think it was like $30 for a couple of them, and they're working fine, but it's not something I love. I mean, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And I've had Nike, I've had New Balance, I've had all like several different brands throughout the years. And
You don't have a like.
I don't have a
favorite
go-to. I don't have a go-to.
Okay.
I do.
Debbie
I don't
does.
like a lot
Found
of
one.
coverage either, though. Like, I don't like the ones that take up a lot of space, which is also the challenge with the high impact.
Again, so specific. Everybody has their thing.
Yeah.
Different sizes, different impact preferences, whatever. I found years and years and years ago a couple of Adidas bras at TJ Maxx. They cost me like $15, and I ran in them until they basically disintegrated and fell apart. So I've been looking for the replacement of that. Again, I'm going to go back to LNDR. Finally found one that I love as much as I loved those Adidas bras. Femme Fatale sports bra. I hate it. It pains me to say the price point because they are not cheap. $88. I feel like that's a lot for a bra.
I feel like anything under 100 for me, if it's something you wear as often as these things that we wear, it's worth it.
I don't chafe. It's high impact. I'm a little bit smaller up top, so I want something that does not dig into my rib cage, but isn't so big on the girls. You know, it's a challenge to find something that fits great, and this sports bra is magic for me. I bought one, tried it out, immediately got on after I did 2 runs in that bra and bought 4 more. New favorite. Lululemon has a million different bras, all different sizes, all different weights. If you ask women, a lot of them will say they love the Lulus, and they start at about $50 a bra. So I just encourage you to go try stuff on. It's tough if you're looking for a gift for somebody, but this is a treat yourself kind of a thing, I think.
Or a gift card.
Or a gift card. Yeah, a gift card.
So I think this is a big discussion what you're kind of talking about, because it's like money, right? I mean, everything we talk about is money, how much it is, but how long is it going to last?
Yeah.
Right. Too. So we kind of go back. We talk about this again. I'll go back to shoes. It's like, okay, if this shoe lasts this many miles, this shoe lasts this many miles, what's a better deal price wise? Right. And I think that's with anything, because Sarah and I've had this conversation, because I've there's been people that give you heat. Oh, I can't believe Eric, you spent like this much on your joggers. I'm like, but they're super comfortable. I love wearing them, and they last forever. It's like the Patagonia debate, right? People are like, it's expensive, but I don't have to buy another one unless they have a new color, and I'll buy 7, right? So I think that's the other thing. But it's, again, as we talked about earlier, it's the comfort level of how much you want to spend and what you need. So I pulled up this LNDR website. It looks like it's a European company. If I look at it, it comes up more of like Euro. And it says, we are LNDR, and we're here to cut through the BLLSHT, which you can figure out what that means. But I still can't find what it is. But it's a pretty cool little site. And it looks like they let you try it for 30 days and free UK and Euro returns. I'm interested. I know it's a women's only thing, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You keep bringing it up, and I've never heard of it before. And I fashion myself to know companies and products, even if it's a women's thing, right? That's interesting. Maybe
I don't know how they landed in, my search.
Yeah, I was going to say, how did you find out about them? Was it
Instagram? I think an ad popped up, and
gotcha.
I laughed until I cried. I loved it so much. And then I started just looking when I had a need for some new gear, sports bras, and I was looking for some new leggings. And I remembered their sales pitch. And I remembered that they don't have a ton of funky fun colors. I mean, it's pretty.
That's why
basic.
I love Path projects.
Hey.
Super. I love that they don't just go nuts with colors. It's like gray, black,
Olive green.
another gray,
Yeah.
white, green.
That's how these guys are. It's like gray, green, black, navy blue, maybe maroon. So if you want something, super bright, wild, not your company to go to, but I've been very, very pleased with the products that I've purchased.
Well, I pulled them up right now, and it looks like I just clicked on the U.S. site. Same thing, 30-day, no hassle, no risk, free returns. Looks like it might be a U.S. company. I may have spoke too early. But they also have $50 off every pair of seamless leggings. I like seamless leggings. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then 20% off your first order if you sign up with your email thing. And they'll probably give you another 5% if you give me your cell phone, but I never do that. Anyway, this is new stuff. I love it. There's new stuff.
Yeah.
What else? Miscellaneous style. Where are we at? What you got? Casual wear?
Like women specific. That's all I have. I mean, I don't know what
Women
else. This
specific.
is really women
Women
specific.
specific,
Yeah.
Well, because we do get questions on the podcast about women specific apparel, because there are some women that like to wear men's sizing and men's apparel because of their builds, right? And I'm sure it goes the other way too.
Or the way it's cut. I prefer a men's.
Yeah.
I always choose a men's
Cut
t-shirt
Yeah.
if it's an option.
Yeah, but we've talked to some people and have messaged I wish I liked women's cut shorts, but I like a men's cut short. Like, what's the difference between 357 type thing? And so we've answered those questions. So I always think it's important to understand that, it's also, like you said, about the fit, the cut. We talked about it with the race vests too. How about some casual afterwear? Like you get done with your run, maybe you're going to go meet your friends for some coffee. Right? Maybe you have to go to work. Maybe you just have some chores. Maybe just whatever. Do you have anything you like to do afterwards? Shoes, tops.
Birkenstocks, leggings, and a flannel.
There we go.
There you go. Birkenstocks. Those are on my list, but not the leather ones. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they're called the Arizona EVA, EVA.
Oh, yeah.
You
Is
know
that the
what I'm talking
rubbery
about?
like the
silicone
foamy
ones?
ones.
They're kind of foamy, rubbery, silicone-y. They are water friendly. And because they're Birks, of course, they've got those buckles. So if your feet swell after a big race or big event or whatever, they're just awesome. They're really comfortable, and they're only $45. And they're cute. If you want to wear them to the pool or whatever, they're just a great slide.
Wasel. I can't ever say that.
Wasel.
Wasel. I actually have
Oisel.
some shoes made out of that same material, and I love them too for the same reasons. Like, they're not like fitted like the leather, although I do love Birkenstocks. I just love them. They're like the most amazing things to put your feet into after a long race. But those foam shoes are so nice.
Yeah.
It's funny. Sarah turned me on to Birkenstock. I've never wore Birkenstock.
Because I'm from Washington, maybe?
No, because you wear them. And so I'm like, I'll try a pair. And they look goofy as hell on me. Like, I can't pull off a Birkenstock like a sandal. I have a pair. And I'm like, nah. But I just got a couple pair over the Black Friday sale. So I got some like slide-ins. They're kind of suede-ish. Love them, but I just barely got a brand new pair. I don't even know. I have them on right now. I don't even know how to explain the style. Totally not my style, but I got them for like 50%. Most comfortable thing I put on my foot, but I couldn't wear it after a race because I'd feel even goofier than I do right now. But these suckers are so comfortable. Like, it blows my mind.
You say they're not your style, but they're your style now.
Well, I want them to be.
There you go.
I'm going to keep talking. I dream about them to make me feel like they're my style.
Yeah. I'm a fan of the Viore jogger after.
The daily legging is my favorite.
Yeah.
I love them.
Anything Viore.
I'm a Sunday performance jogger. Those things are
Yeah.
unbelievable. No more spam Viore unless you're serious. That's all I'm saying. Because I am in love with their gear.
Yeah. I mean, if it's cold, like if you finish at night or if it's, a spring or a fall race and it's cold, your favorite race hoodie, El Vaquero, favorite hoodie, throw that on. I'm also a big fan of the Patagonia puffy jacket. It's really cold out.
Yeah. Those are, what I like about those too is like even when it's not super cold, you don't get hot.
Yeah. They're great.
Right? Like I think they vent and air really well. And again, another one of those things, those are so expensive. You can get them, but they last for freaking ever, right? At the end of the day.
Yep.
Anything else casual wear? I like, what I like running is you can just throw on, like you said, a hoodie. I want a pair of puffy 3/4 pants like knickers. That's what I brought up on the podcast because summer run or winter runs. I've seen them before.
Yeah, I was going to say they make them.
They make skirts.
But I can't
They make the
find
skirts?
good ones.
Oh.
I think I just found one. I can't remember who it's
I'd
by.
feel like a marshmallow, I think.
I already.
I would
I don't care what I feel like. You see me wear these Birkenstocks, but yeah, how fun to be like knickers, just below the knees, just puffy short. Like,
I can just, you couldn't ever sneak up on anybody.
well, why do I need to sneak up on anybody? I don't need to sneak up.
I don't know.
I'm not creepy. I don't want someone to like sound off their alarm system or spray me with something.
I don't like flip-flops either, though, so maybe that's why
Oh.
I'm going there. I cannot, the flip-flop noise. So
I
maybe
like
that's where I'm
flip-flops. I would like a good recovery. Like, I'm not into the UFOs and
Those
the
are very-
recovery sandals and stuff, but I do want a good shoe to put on or something to put on after a run that gives me my feet a break.
Yeah.
And I've never really found anything that does it for me. Like, I'll put on a pair of flip-flops because that's what I wear. But like the UFOs and stuff, I just wish they were a little sexier. They
into
just
that flip-flop.
flip-flops are damn sexy. You know that. Flip-flops bring it. They're like flappa, 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 flappa.
We're
Yeah.
going to have a fight right now
I know, right?
about the
No,
shoes?
no, not at all. I'd win. Anything else recovery-wise? Good?
A good beer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we talked.
Do you wear it, though?
Well, you did earlier.
We don't
You
wear
did
those.
earlier. You did at the beginning of the show. I was wondering what you smell beery. Okay, so now the fun part. We've gone through this whole list. Obviously, you both have some of these things. But what would you like? Like, if you could pick this whole list, you just did. And you can't like pick 5 things. Like, what are the top 2 or 3 things that you would say, I want this today because I love it that much? Awkward silence.
Awkward silence.
Awkward silence.
The shoes.
You would
For
do
me.
the shoes.
I would just buy a bunch of shoes and the Vuori leggings.
That's your Christmas list. That's your gift guide. It's like, hey, this is out of my whole list. This is what I would be gunning for.
I would probably say a Solomon, a new Advanced Skin 5.
Yeah.
Mine is old. It's
Yeah.
starting to show its age a little bit. The quiver, we talked about that already.
I like that word.
Really hard to find. I would still like to have one of those. And I would say socks, to
Yeah.
be honest, because it's something you wear through fairly often. So just replenish the socks
You wear socks every run
every run.
and shoes on every run.
Correct.
You don't always wear a headlamp on every run or eat a Jell-O shot on every run. Or a Martin,
true.
sorry. You know the one thing I want listener help with? This came up. I want a bike trainer. So I've got a gravel bike. And when I started feeling my best, like, because I have a weird thing with my back and my hips, and I started riding my gravel bike after a run, felt like gold. But bike trainers have changed a lot for me. And I don't want a $500+ bike trainer, but I'm always looking for help on a bike trainer. But I've also got myself already a couple early Christmas gift guides things for me. I got the Craft Jacket Sub-Z ADV number 3. It's a jacket, and I freaking love Craft right now. You're doing your business right, because I've just done some things for you guys. I like Craft, and I did this for myself, which I'm excited about, mainly for myself. But it got me a UESCA UESCA Ultra Running Coach class.
A coach class.
Yeah, so it's United Endurance Sports Coaching Academy. I am taking the class.
Nice.
Yeah, because
Cool.
it's something that, for myself, I've been running a long time. I just want to learn more for myself. I want to have a good 2024, healthy, happy. So it's not like I'm taking it to coach, but it's like coaching myself, right? Understanding a few more things. So I'm really excited about that. So that's my Christmas gift to myself. But also for this show, this is launching on 12/12/23. So between 12/12 and 12/18. So that's December 12th and December 18th if you're not good with the year, with the month, or the month with the day. We have, for this episode, we're giving away Gnarly Nutrition Limeade Fuel 2.0, a big bag. We're giving away a Gnarly sample box, which includes pre-workout, BCAAs, hydrate, protein, performance greens, and collagen. We got FleetFeet gift cards. We got Squirrels Nut Butter, Path Projects hats, and some TrailManners gear just for this podcast. All you have to do to enter this is just comment on Instagram or Facebook on the podcast post what you want for Christmas. What do we not have on our gift guide, or what do you agree with on the gift guide? Super simple. We did this for the men's show, and we've got a ton of people because we have the same prizes for the men's show, so we've got a bunch of stuff we're sending out. So this is all free. And then we also have the Speedland shoes I want, and then tag them Speedlands. That drawing will be on the 21st. One pair for all the episodes. And then we also have our Gnarly 20% off coupon. Here's the code, GET GIFTY, and you get 20% off till the 18th of December on anything on their product line. That's pretty amazing. So what do I miss? Is there anything on your list we haven't covered? Or you know what? We talked and you're like, sparked it, missed it. Debbie's got her hand in the air. Yes, Debbie, go ahead.
I meant to put this on my list and I forgot, but I'm glad my memory came to the rescue. Safety.
Yep.
Safety gear. You know, I run alone a lot. I know you run alone a lot, and you have your doggo.
Debbie carries a 45.
I carry pepper spray that's shaped like a gun.
Okay.
You can get them on Amazon. You get like a 3-pack. I think it's $70. It's gel. It's kind of a gel instead of
like
the
Martin.
spray. I know you've had a bad experience with
bear
some
spray.
bear spray.
Yeah, I might have got hit.
Pepper spray, kind of the traditional pepper spray, same thing. If it's windy, it might blow back at you. This has a little bit thicker consistency. A good friend of ours got chased by a coyote earlier this year, and that prompted her to look for these, and I bought some too, gifted one to one of our other good friends. For those of us who run alone.
Yeah.
It's always good to have that.
So it's shaped like a gun.
Yes.
Okay. How big is it? Like if you were saying,
it's about yay.
okay,
big.
So no one sees that.
I know.
but me.
So
softball size.
About softball size, but it's skinny, kind of flat. There's a little safety mechanism. It looks like a trigger.
Like a safety.
A little safety mechanism that you push with your thumb, and then you can pull the trigger. There's 2 shots in each little gun. They're really light. They don't weigh your pack down. It gives me a little bit of peace of mind when I run by myself.
That's good.
Yeah. Something else that's on my list that I don't know if I need one, want one yet, but the spot trackers, what are they called? Like the Garmin.
Oh, yeah. So Spot has them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's Spot. There's Garmin InReach.
InReach, that's the one I was thinking of. Like a Garmin InReach for
that's
your loved one or yourself if you're out doing long runs alone, if you're going adventuring to where there's no cell service. I think that's something that's just smart and safe to have with you. And
do your research on those.
Yeah.
Because they're different, what they can do, and also the subscription. So we just got a Spot. This 2023, never used it, haven't done the subscription yet, but got it. But yeah, do your research because those are great. And I know, again, depends on what you're doing, how you're doing it. There's some people like, oh, the Garmin InReach is the best, and some are like, no, we got a Garmin InReach, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's like, oh no, the Spot Tracker is the best. But again, it's more about like both of them do very similar things, even though they have differences, right? Because there's other brands out there. I found a few other brands that were maybe not as popular brand names that have them, but that's a great point. Especially, I think, in that trail and ultra community when there's the, off the grid stuffs and the FKTs and the Grand Canyons and, the designs traverses, the things where you're not really in service.
Yeah. In the Grand Canyon, if you do rim to rim to rim, there's people everywhere. There's, park rangers. I feel like we were never alone when I did that one, but I've done adventure runs where you don't see other people or it's really few and far between, and there's just, you're on your own.
Yeah.
And that's something else that I think it's easy to get complacent with, but having a small first aid kit with you
for sure
is smart. I always have, just like I have that little pill pouch, I always have some Band-Aids. I have little like blanket, those little space blankets. Yep. I always have, some medication and, just basic first aid things in case you get into trouble or you come up on somebody that's in a little bit of trouble. So just maybe put together a first aid kit for a gift for somebody.
No, that's a fantastic idea because we talk about it a lot when we're running. Like if I'm running like Joel, right? We'll keep bringing him up, but it's like, if you went down with a head injury, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
You don't think about it because you don't want to, right? You don't want it to happen, but you're on top of Ben Lomond, right? So you still might have service, but still, what do you do? So one of the things I think that's also important is just kind of that backcountry first aid stuff.
Sure.
it's important to know, because sometimes you don't have the conveniences of being close to a big first aid kit or to medical help. There's rattlesnakes in the mountains. Joel and I saw a mountain lion this morning on our run, which was kind of creepy. There's stuff that happens, so I think you nailed it. I think some safety mechanism, I think first aid kit's a slam dunk. We always talk about like the space blankets, a lighter, something to be able to start, I hate to say a fire, but you know why you would need it. I think those are important. You don't need a Rambo knife where a fishing line and hook and everything else, but you need some type of safety thing.
Well, and I have something to add to that, because in the dog world, if you have your dog, especially a large one, and it doesn't really matter what size they are, but I have an emergency carrier for my large dog, so that if we're somewhere where there isn't the easier out, you still, like the closest trailhead at best could still be 5 miles, and they get injured. It's a kind of like a hammock that their legs fit into, and you can throw it over your back. And it's not super comfortable for either one of you, I would imagine, but it would get my dog down the mountain when I needed to, or if I needed to.
I think that's a great.
Used that a few times.
Yeah,
You carried my dog.
Like it's a thing. And then you're talking about the first aid kit. I think tweezers, because also my dog mom brain, pulling cactuses out of your dog sometimes is really hard. Hopefully not out of myself, but out of the dog. That's definitely important.
Yeah.
No, I think that's huge, because you do see a lot of runners with dogs, and I know dog owners are great, right? Because you bring the treats, the water, that type of thing. But I remember when you got that carrier, we tried it out. We put Barrett in it, and I have pictures.
He was not amused.
He wasn't
that's
super
okay.
pumped about it. But again, I think it's that important thing, because I have been with somebody before where their dog literally couldn't go, like almost like heat stroke, heart attack, everything else.
Another dog.
And what do you do? Because I mean, they're heavy.
Yeah.
Right? You can't just pick them up. They don't like it. It's not comfortable. So this little, I don't know, harness, if you will, harness pack.
Safety dog emergency carrier.
Yeah, it's well worth it. I think well worth that peace of mind for your four-legged friends for sure. Yeah, that's great. What else? Anything else? We got everything? You guys have been amazing, by the way. A lot of great products. I love to see some of the crossover that we had on the earlier show, but there's so many new things, not just brands, but we got my mind going too on what could do. I think the safety stuff, we never mentioned that on the first podcast, which is great. The dog side of things, different types of nutrition, which is good. The normal food, which now just has made me hungry for tonight, for a peanut butter jelly sandwich or Uncrustable. But no, I think this is great. And again, if you're listening to the podcast, if you have ideas, we're always open to them, because I think there's a lot of that. There's so much in the world. Everybody likes their own thing, but sometimes it's what works and why, right? And Sarah and Debbie, for those out there that don't know either one of them, are very veteran trail runners. They've been doing it a very, very, very long time. Both of them, been doing big distances to small distances. So they on the women's side for sure, they've got a lot of stuff. They bring the what's the word I'm looking
experience, knowledge.
Yeah, I didn't want to use both of those or either one of those,
Good
but they're
veterans.
they're veterans of the trail. Let's just say that they've been around and they know what they're doing. So this is some great stuff. We're always love to hear more of what we need to talk about and what we need to try, because I think it's always important. So with that, I just want to remind everybody that the Woody Footy contests are in full effect. What's a Woody Footy, you say? Where did your feet take you? Facebook, every Sunday, we have a contest for free hats. And also, TrailManners wouldn't mind if you wanted to donate a little bit to the podcast, keep us going, and please share us, review us on iTunes or Facebook. Always helps, and get your friends listening. Anything else before we go? We got anything we want to Christmas cheer, holiday cheer, running cheer?
Just cheer. I just hope everybody has a good holiday season, celebrating whatever they celebrate with whomever.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah. Get out and run.
Get out and run. Now go get it. So, all right. So that is episode number 325 of the TrailManners podcast. Don't forget about our contest. Don't forget to reach out. You can reach me at manners@trailmanners.com. Debbie, Sarah, so great to have you on the show. Thanks for keeping the Christmas gift guide alive and kicking, and it's good to be back.
Yeah,
good to have you both on.
Me.
All right, so that's it for this edition. This is the last time we'll have the Christmas gift guide. Till next year, part 2. I'm Eric Manning, host of the TrailManners podcast, and we are out. Thank you for listening to the TrailManners podcast. I'd like to thank Sarah Manning and Debbie Farka for joining us today. I also want to encourage everybody to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at TrailManners, or swing by the website, TrailManners.com. There, you can click on the donate button or check out our store page for some cool TrailManners gear, and both donations and purchases sure help the show. And you can always hit us up on the contact page or email me at manners@trailmanners.com. Let me know what you'd like to see, who you would like to hear, or if you would like to be on the show. Plus, I always enjoy hearing from you. And don't forget to share us with your friends. And if you could take just a minute to subscribe to the show and leave us a rating or review on iTunes or Facebook, I truly would appreciate that. But don't worry, all these links will be in the show notes. Until next time, this is Eric Manning, still reminding you, you don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. Now go get it.